On a Star Wars note, before we move on,
uh-huh.
I just saw a video. If you go to Lauren Dern's Twitter account, it's her Laura Dern interacting with BB-8. That's adorable.
Oh, really cool. I'll have to go check that out. All right, so we got our third week of predictions for Game Awards because it's actually happening this week. Speaking of which, real quickly, actually, let me pause this real quick, and actually, I'm gonna restart it here. Actually, so quick note, guys, we're gonna be actually live this Thursday night. We're gonna co-stream the Game Awards. I'll have a special overlay. We'll put up our predictions, who was right, who was wrong, between me and Greg, and we get to find out, who won which award, but also probably check out all the cool live announcements live. So Twitch announced that we can co-stream. Everybody can co-stream the stream. So
it's gonna be fun to make fun of things.
Exactly, it's gonna be great.
Unless it's like really good and we can't make fun of it, which is gonna be interesting.
That would be very interesting. But yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. So definitely tune in, and I'll probably make an announcement before it happens. So yeah. So back with the show. So I'm gonna again guess more categories, and I believe I'm just gonna go pick one here at random. It's something that we can actually talk about too. Did we do best family game last time, or did we?
Did we do best what game?
Family game.
No, we did not do that.
Okay, let's do that. Best family game. For the best game appropriate for family play, interactive, irrespective of genre or platform. Games are Splatoon 2, Sonic Mania, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Mario Kart 8, and Super Mario Odyssey.
Shit. Well, Sonic Mania is not winning this one. It's between Splatoon 2 and Mario Odyssey, honestly.
Agreed.
I kind of see Mario Kart 8 in the mix, but like I've talked to, I'll put it this way: like I have a few friends who have kids, and they all have Switches, and pretty much all 5 of these games are on the Switch. And when I hear what game was being played the most, it was Splatoon 2 or Odyssey, and how the kids were playing it. And it was usually like the kids loved just running around New Donk City or something to that effect. Mm-hmm. God, I mean, Mario Kart 8's like a really solid one too. Shit.
I would disclaimer. I would say Mario Kart 8 would not win it, only for the fact that like when you play that game, like there is no friendship. There's friendship being lost in that game.
Yeah,
People get angry fast.
Valeric does have a good point. You can play 4 players on one screen. The other games you can't.
True. Well, can you? Oh, yeah, true.
You cannot.
Yeah,
as far as I know, you cannot split screen on Splatoon 2.
Good point. True. Good point.
So that is, but I mean, you can also co-op in Sonic Mania, kind of.
Kind of. I don't know. I would.
You can co-op in Odyssey as well.
Yeah, there's an option, but it's so weird.
I think there's a 2-player mode in Rabbit or Mario plus Rabbids as well.
Is there? I'm not sure. I don't recall. There is. If there is, then that's
I
cool.
think there is. I could be wrong. I didn't have a chance to play with, and I don't play any of these games with people in the same house. You kidding me? Everything I do is over the internet.
So
God, I mean, I really don't think Sonic Mania and Mario plus Rabbids are gonna win. I really don't. It's Splatoon 2, so. Mario Kart 8, or Mario Odyssey. And I am with the point that Valer made with like how you can have multiple people on the same screen. I'm leaning towards more Mario Kart.
It makes more sense now you're talking about it. I would just, the safe bet would be Super Mario Odyssey, but I would love to have Splatoon 2 win this category. But I could see Mario Kart winning this, which makes total sense.
I think ultimately this award will come down to how everyone feels about the other categories that Mario Odyssey is in it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of categories that it's in it that's Mario for the taking for the most part. So yeah. Okay, let's go with have we done game direction?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't remember doing it.
Yeah, we're kind of getting down to like what have we done or not done. Best game direction awarded to the game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Wolfenstein 2, Resident Evil 7, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm gonna. This is tough. Awesome studio for outstanding creative vision.
It's gonna be between Wolfenstein and Horizon Zero Dawn, for 2 reasons. They have some of the best cutscenes out of all 5 of these games.
Mm-hmm.
like I know that Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and even Resident Evil 7 have amazing cutscenes, but when you think about like acting and storytelling and directing and cinematography for those cutscenes, that's going to play a huge role.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, thinking about it, because my gut instinct as I was reading this was Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I'm also like the only reason I'm throwing Wolfenstein in there as well is because I keep hearing a lot of people, especially like people that are going to be involved in the voting, talk about like, drop what you're doing and play, Wolfenstein 2 right now. And I'm like, okay, I still haven't had a chance to play. I'm still trying to get through Call of Duty World War II, which is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, man, it's going to be between those two. I mean, if I had to give the edge to one of them, it would be Horizon Zero Dawn.
Same here. I would assume Horizon Zero Dawn will win this, because I feel like there's a lot of these games are in a lot of these categories, and I feel like at some point like all of them will get at least one award in something.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll have a factor, but also like Wolfenstein's rated M, whereas Horizon Zero Dawn is rated teen. So
I don't think it will, but
like I said, I'm not sure if it will. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but I think my vote's on Horizon Zero Dawn. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's do yeah. Oh no, we've done that before. We've done RPG. We're running out of stuff to predict now. Okay, let's do best handheld game. All right. Shot in the dock here for the best playable and dedicated portable game system for the handheld. So we got Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, Monster Hunter Stories, Metroid: Samus Returns, Ever Oasis, and Fire Emblem Echo: Shadow of Valentia.
Fire Emblem wins.
I would actually argue for Metroid: Samus Returns. Surprisingly, people said that game's really good.
Look, I'm not saying that none of these games are bad necessarily. I mean, I didn't really find a whole lot of fun in Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World when it was, like when I played it on the console versus on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter Stories bored the hell out of me. Metroid: Samus Returns is a good game, but I have a really hard time with the joystick. I don't think that's a caveat at all into if it's going to win or not. The Oasis game, which I can't think of the title of it, because you're covering it up with your screen, so I'm like, it's something Oasis.
Sorry, Ever Oasis, yeah.
Ever Oasis. I haven't really heard a whole lot of murmuring about it, so
yeah, not here.
But Fire Emblem Echoes, I've heard a lot about, so I'm like, that's probably.
I would argue the point against it is it's basically a remake of 3. Like it's not entirely original, but that's like the only minor thing I would say is like it's not a completely original game. It is literally a remake of 3 of the original Fire Emblem. But with that aside, my vote is for Metroid: Samus Returns. I came in thinking that game was not going to perform well, especially when that other Metroid game, the fan made one that literally came out not that long after this was announced, or was released, and turns out that it is good. Like both games are actually really good. So
no, I mean, Metroid: Samus Returns has a very good chance of winning. I think Fire Emblem is going to take it. That's all.
Okay. So we'll do one more quick.
I think we should do unless we've already done it. Trending Gamer.
I think we did. Let me check real quick.
Because I don't remember who's up.
Okay, we can look at it again. We got.
Oh my god, I know who's winning it after seeing the top 3.
Yeah, it's like Steve Spoon from Able Gamers, Mike Grzizik from Shroud, he's Shroud, my bad. Guy Bloom, Dr. Disrespect himself. Clint and Alexa, Half Coordinated, and Andrew Renee from What's Good Games. So I have legitimately not watched any of them. I don't really know who they are. That being said, just Dr. Disrespect's going to win. I would agree with you, but for only one thing. I think if you have a category like this and you have somebody who is doing work for people with disabilities, who are working with people of that ilk to help them career wise and game wise. I think that the reason you put him in here because he's probably going to win it, unless it doesn't happen. But like I feel like if you're putting somebody like that, a group of people who are majority are just entertainers for the most part, but you have somebody in there who is actually helping out with the community. Not to say that these haven't, but like I feel like if you put a person in there, I feel like that person will win 99% of the time.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but here's why I think Dr. Disrespect is going to win over Spoon is because even though he is a disabled gamer and he helps a lot of other disabled gamers, gets a lot of light shine on them, and that's awesome. There's two things, and it's going to sound awful, but it's not me. It's just the knowledge that I have about award shows. He's either a nominee because they want to make the award show look good, or he's a nominee because he's automatically going to win to make the award show look. Like, again, I know that both options sound awful, but that's the truth. Like, a lot of times, these award shows will do things like this to kind of promote their brand a little bit more, to make them seem better. And the Game Awards comes off as an award show that will have him as a nominee, but he won't win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that, like, it's terrible, but I've seen it in other award shows. They do it all the time. Like, this is nothing new.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like if they're going to have a feel-good moment, this would be it, but I don't disagree with you either. Honestly, I would like to have Dr. Disrespect win, but I feel like this Steven's going to win.
I personally, I don't know any of them. I've just heard Dr. Disrespect 1,001 times this year, so.
It's crazy. Like, real side note, when I hopped into his stream a few times, the dude is like 50,000 people watching, or like 30,000 minimum, which is insane to me.
I have been meaning to check out his stream just because I had heard a ton of it, especially from TwitchCon.
Yes.
But I just haven't. So
yeah.
And the other four, I hadn't. I mean, admittedly, hadn't heard of them until this like category. So.
Yeah, for sure. No, I hear it. So. Again, we'll find out this Thursday, so tune in with us when it happens, which will be a lot of fun.
I'm not a cool young hip kid anymore.
All right, so